Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you part 2 of the Loom bracelet. So we are going to finish this now. Now I only did 5 skulls. I have a very small wrist, so I'm doing that for myself. And so I would definitely recommend that you do the full length, but if you don't want to do a whole bunch of complicated beading that's going to be under your wrist, you can always just continue on with the black and the gray edging. But I mean, it's not like a huge, once you start doing this pattern and you're doing them all the time, it gets really fast. So there you go. These look hilarious. I just can't get over how funny they look. I'll be making some more of these. What I find funny about this is, first of all, you don't have the crossbones. I find the skull and crossbones to me means pirate, but skull to me means anatomy, being a nurse, right? And the way we did these guys, they look like they're smiling, so they're very happy skulls. Anyway, I have the paper behind it because you can see there's a lot of spacing behind these round beads, so it's hard to really get the impact of the design. And of course, it's going to be on your wrist, so you're going to definitely see that impact. So you can see how tiny my wrist is. This is crazy. So let me get my ruler just to show you. This is like a 4¼ inch and my wrist is 6. So we're going to attach some findings, and let me tilt the camera here. But before we talk about that, we will take this off. So the recommendation is that we put the bar back in, and I have done it where I didn't put the bar in. It's not pretty. When you go to cut, the thing just flings everywhere. So let's put the, so I'm going to just point this out again. This one is, they both look the same, but this one is slightly bent a little more. And I think I may have taken my pliers and taken a little bit of the bend off. I found it hard with my hands to get things in and out. So just put that one there. And best way to do that is lean the loom against your waist and then just squeeze it in like that. So now it's ready to go. So you can see it's a little bit loose. So I'm just gonna get my other lamp here, get some more light on this, seeing that it's black. There we go. And now we're going to flip it over and we're just going to cut the warp threads. And where's my scissors? So I'm just going to cut it like that. And I wanted to mention, so there was a few comments and suggestions from people. So one person mentioned that it was quite expensive to use Fireline. And I agree. So I don't usually use Fireline, but I was trying to do what the designer of this loom did to give you an accurate way of doing this. So now to put this away, we're going to take this back off, and I think it's the other side that's easier. Yep. So take it off, put it in your case. Now I don't know, not all of them come in the case. I was lucky to get this, and I'll tell you, if you don't do them for a while and you don't have it attached, you'll lose the bar for sure. Like, I misplace stuff all the time. So let's zoom in. I think they're so hilarious. What? Oh gosh. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, this is, so you can see how tiny my wrists are. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, I'm going to be making more of these. So I was initially only doing the 5, so confession here, only doing the 5 skulls because I want to put this on leather, but I remembered that I was working on some other leather bracelets with all the new leather that I got, and I realized some of the designs I'm suggesting are very complex and have like skills associated with doing it. And so I thought, no, let's just put this on a bracelet for now. And like it took me an hour to finish this up. So, okay, so both sides, like they're secure. The suggestion again is to go line for line. So take your two first lines and create a knot. I don't know, they may do two, maybe two at the beginning for sure anyway. And let's do our... So yeah, back to the idea of using Fireline for this. Now I'll tell you, I actually like the Fireline for this design in using it for leather because I want this to be really durable and have some like stiffness to it, and you can see how amazing that is with the 6-pound Fireline. But yeah, like all of this thread is waste, and on both sides. That's a considerable amount. And you know what? Fireline here in Canada, it's about $40 for 300 yards. I think it's $42. So funny. My wife pulls up to the store and she lets me get out, and I run in. I come back and I have like a little bag with, I think I got like two of these and then like a small spool. And I said, this is painful. I spent over $100. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, they're like $42 for one of these. So yeah. And what was the other? Somebody asked me why I didn't use 12O beads. So now I'm grabbing that's the next two in line. And I'm gonna put a knot in that. Or maybe do two, I don't know. Yeah, so somebody asked me about the 12 O's. I'm off the camera here. Let's bring this closer. So I'm interested in that idea, except for the fact that I feel like 11 O's are the more popular size bead, so there's a lot more availability and a lot more value for what you're buying. So let me know what you think. Definitely this design could have been a little more detailed, but I actually like the chunkiness of the look. It almost looks digital in some way. So you just go across. So of course there's a few of these. So I'll just keep jibber jabbering while we get it done. I didn't think I should have done one side. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't think we need this. But you know what? I'm terrible for skipping steps. And then like I'll look back and say, maybe I should have stuck with that. There's a thread here that I need to hook. No, I guess not. So I'm trying to think, what was the other suggestions? No, I can't think of it. I'll think of it if I come up with it. So the idea for the leather bracelet, what I wanted to do was do 2 layers of leather and outline the beadwork with leather. So kind of get 2 strips of leather this length, like this. So something like this. And the second strip, have a cutout of the square and then stitch all of this. I think it would look amazing. And I also, these are some of my favorite, well, this is probably my most favorite charm. It's so well done. I'm amazed. These are just inexpensive charms that you get online, but they're so well done, the detail. And I usually take them and I glue them together so that they're two-sided, and it really ramps it up. So I have this beautiful black matte leather that I think, here I'm going to show you, would look awesome for that bracelet. Oh, we have a kitty cat trying to get up here. But I would put one of these on each side of the leather bracelet, kind of like a concho. So let's get in here. I'm finding this fire line is a bit unruly for making knots because it's so stiff. So you can see it's not quite what I want. Okay, this kitty cat slept all day, and usually when we come home from our swim, he gets up and he plays with us and stuff, and he stayed in his bed. I was all worried. I thought, oh, something's wrong with him, and it's just, I think, because he's driving me nuts. Let me show this fool. Kitty, what you doing on Mummy's desk? Come on. Go. Come on. Get to your spot. So I think it was just because he was sleeping and it's cold. No, get. I usually lock him out of my room. I'm sure you guys are not impressed with the kitty. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Let's go. Go. I know you guys have cats, and you're probably going, that's what they do. When they don't get what they want, they just make a nuisance of themselves. So, yeah, we had a good swim. The water's feeling very cold when we get in, but by the time you get to the end of the pool, you're warm, and then you're like wishing it was colder. Yeah. We were going into town last night for massage, and the street that we go down, it's a pretty popular street, and they had it all closed off, the police. So we still haven't found out what was going on. You know, we don't usually hear of, like, there's not usually that kind of police presence. So it's very unusual. I really don't like, look at what's happening. That's, to me, that's garbage. I feel like I should just take it out. This, so I started out this design with 2 rows where we did the gray on each side, and then we started the pattern. So, and then of course we have 2 rows in between each skull. What I did was I went back and added another row because that row is going to go inside our tube to finish it off. So I'll try to make this closer. I think what's happening too is my knot is sliding up and down the thread. So let's see if we can fix this. There, tighten it a bit. I found with the fire line too, when I was turning the corner, if I didn't make sure that the thread was pulled tight, you'd get little pieces curled over just because the thread will hold its shape. So I don't usually go on and on about negative about fire line, but can't get in here. This is what I call witch hairs. These threads sticking out everywhere. Darn tootin'. Okay. So I have a bunch of stuff coming in. I got some stuff yesterday from BB Craft. It was something that I ordered myself. And I ordered myself because they have a restriction that one of the companies that has a huge presence, you're only allowed 3 items from them. So I decided what I would do is I'd buy the most expensive item from that company as part of the collaboration. I think they figured it out because they said it was out of stock. So needless to say, I went back and ordered it for myself. It was still worth paying for it. But so yeah, I got a bunch of stainless steel, nautical themed, chunky clasps and beautiful like Pandora beads, but with anchors all around. So I'll be doing an unboxing. You'll probably see it. So yeah, I should have been tighter on that first piece. So I'm wondering if I could just tie, like go like this. Let's try it. I can hear you now. You're like, no, Emma, don't do it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'll behave. This is not fun. Let me do the bead stuff. I'm probably like a lot of people. I enjoy doing the fun stuff, like the beads. It's like, oh, you want me to put a clasp on it? That's too much like work. Okay. There's one. We only have 16 of these to go. Just fast forward, please. It's so funny. I'll say fast forward, like for stuff like this. And I always get a couple of comments. People say, no, I'm not fast forwarding. You always tell funny jokes. What's a funny joke I can tell? I could tell my funny Halloween story from this area. So we were trying to decide what to buy for Halloween to give out to the kids. And my wife saw that they had like, it's unusual for them to sell like cases of 24 cans, like the flats. And they had some on sale. So she said, why don't we buy that and give that out for Halloween? I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm sure the kids will like that. So she was giving that out. Kids were running from the house, screaming to their parents, they're giving out pop. So clearly the kids don't get pop at home, right? Unless it's a special occasion. So I'm standing next door at my neighbor's house, and this one kid came and got his chips or whatever she was handing out, and he was gonna go run to the end of the driveway to his parents, and I said, "Oh, don't forget to go next door. They're giving out pop." So he's like all excited. He he runs to the door, and my wife hands him some candy. And he's like standing there with his face and his hands are out, and he's like, kind of like, what? So then he's walking down the driveway, stomping his feet, and like almost in tears to his parents, going, I didn't get any pop. And the parents were like, you better say thank you. And I'm like howling, laughing. My wife leans over and looks at me, and she gave me the mom glare. She's like, what did you tell him? I said you were giving out pop. What happened? She's like, we ran out. I'm like, yeah, you got them in the fridge. I know you do. Saving some for yourself. But yeah, it's funny. We didn't like myself and my siblings, we didn't go out for Halloween. So my parents, like, we were religious, like Catholic, which, you know, so were most of our friends. They still went out. But we had, like, there was 9 of us kids in the family, so I can kind of understand my mom not wanting to. She was funny. She was very social, but this idea of going to people's doors and knocking on their door and stuff like that, she was not about that at all. So for whatever reason, we never went out. So my sister Sylvia and my older brother got married, and his wife was from Newfoundland, and they lived with us in the house. And she was like, I'll take them out if you want. So we were like, yeah, can we go? We were probably like 12, 13, something like that. And at that time, you know, there was a lot of, like, people would say you're too old, right, to go trick-or-treating. But anyway, people were super nice to us. We had a great time. I remember going to this one lady's door, and she had a tray of, they were like a Rice Krispie type chocolate bar with white chocolate drizzled. They were beautiful and delicious. So of course, because they were unwrapped, we wanted to eat them right away. So we were eating them as we're going to the doors after that, and we were both like, we're looking at each other going, oh my gosh, that was so delicious. Let's go back and see if she'll give us another one. So we went back to the door, and we're like, oh my gosh, that was so delicious. Could we have another one? She's like, yes, of course. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we did that. I don't know if my sister Sylvia remembers that. My sister-in-law, Jocelyn, she was like our best friend. She was so amazing. And that was the time when, you know, younger kids were like, didn't get to do stuff. You couldn't go to restricted movies, and, you know, everybody else was going out dancing and stuff like that. And people would, like, if an older adult wanted to take you out, do something, they're like, oh, don't bother with those teeny boppers. But she was like, no. She probably missed her sister. She had a younger sister too, so she was like, no, come with me. And she used to take us to the movies all the time. And I saw Coal Miner's Daughter with her. Oh my gosh. There's certain movies I remember seeing, like they were iconic movies. I remember seeing Superman with is it Christopher Reeves? My sister Lorraine took me, and I think it was like a parental guidance was the restriction on the movie, but I don't know how she fudged our ages where we got to go. I guess I gotta put another one in here. But we had that was in the winter, and we had shoveled all day for money. So we went door to door shoveling. So we made a bunch of money and decided to go to the movies, and she took us, and yeah, I remember that one. I used to go to the movies with my dad all the time. He was a huge film buff. So I used to say, "You want to go to the movies with me?" I don't. Oh, my mom used to take me and my sister Sylvia when we were younger. She would take us to theaters like all over Toronto. Get on the subway and go, and usually like a Disney type movie. Okay, so these are done, so now we can cut them. That's the whole idea, is you should be able to cut these and then not unravel. So I'm a bit scared, but let's try it. And these are a little harder to cut too because of the line. Let me. I don't like this feeling here. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to glue it first. So yeah, look at all this thread. That's like one strand for sure. Like a wingspan. And that's just one side. So I'm supposed to glue it first, but you know what? My instructions ended a long time ago. I'm thinking like this stuff is just okay. I'm gonna put it on this cardboard and put some of this super glue on, and I'll do the other side too so it doesn't come apart. Oh, this I haven't used this yet. I'm not happy with the thing. It's hard for me to pinch. I had surgery on my hand. I'm just gonna use the other side here. See if I can dab some of that glue on this. This should do it. So let's talk about how we're going to attach these. So there's a whole bunch of ways that you can finish this bracelet. You can use one of these pinch clasps. I find they're a bit plain. Now I have done these and actually say glued a charm to the end so that you don't really see it. That's worked out really nice. You can buy some fancier ones of these, but I don't do enough, so I don't have any on hand. Then there's these. These are super inexpensive. You can get like 30 of them for $3, something like that. And they have this channel, so you can slide your beads down. Now you do have to open it a bit, but once it's down in there, then you close this cap. The problem with these is they are very specific sizes. There's not a lot of in-betweens. This one looks a bit tarnished. So there's your sizes. There's another one that's even bigger, and then one even smaller. So if you look, let's just slide that up against it to give you an idea. So that one's not big enough because you see it's gone past at the top here. Let's show this to you here. So this one's below this bead here, that bead there. So that one, you could still do it, but it probably wouldn't work because your cap would be in the way. So I went to the next size up, and this is what you get, which again irritates me. Now, what I have seen people do is you can put like a strip of leather, or design your work to fit the clasp. So you could do that too. But I feel like it should be the other way around. So that's my little thing. Let's get this off before it sticks. Okay, so you can kind of pop those down. Let's careful not to stick our fingers together. Let's see if we can cut these. These scissors are sharp, but I just find that this fire line is just annoying to cut. There. Okay. Let's try and push those down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open this up a bit, because I know just from looking at it, it's not going to fit over. First of all, this has to be up a little more so that we can slide it in this way. So take your flat nose pliers and just tilt that up. And then take your flat nose pliers and just twist them a bit, and it opens your channel. Still sticking everywhere. So then go one bead in, and you should be able to just jiggle it to get that in there. It might get tight because of course down here is a little snug. Let's see what we can do. That. I'm wondering if I could put a piece of black leather in there. Let me get my black leather. This one here is 3 mil, so it's nice and thick. Oh, that would look nice, actually. Okay, let's try it. We could be sorry. So I'm just gonna try and get the roundedness out of it just by pulling it through my fingers. Soften it a bit. And I will cut 2 pieces past, and then we'll adjust the... So let me get... I'm just using these guys here. That. So let's get that back out. Okay. So to get that in, let me see if I can create a bit of a notch there. Maybe with these here. Like, see how it created a bit of a notch? So it will slide over the... Okay, don't do that. That's not nice. Let me cut that off. I don't know my own strength. Okay. Okay, where's my pliers? Okay, let's get in here. Go to that side. That side. Let's see if that'll slide in. We might have to open the channel a bit. Yep. piece here. And I'm going to go down because that'll definitely not fit. Oh, I bent it. We can bend that back. There. Let me just clip a little bit off of this. There. I knew we'd get it. And go all the way to the bottom. There. Get this guy on. Goes on a lot easier now because I opened it up. Okay. Yeah, let's cut another piece. And we'll try and take the roundedness off of it. Where's the pliers? I'm so not used to, like, this leather has a core to it because it's black on the outside and like a color on the inside. Let's do it this way, see if this... Okay, we need to cut that a bit. Bring it up a little bit. There. And then we'll close this. And you can put glue in there too. I forgot to mention that. Now, take a look at what happened with that crazy glue. It creates, like, it reacts with the nylon in the thread. I'm just going to turn those and see if they... So there was like a dust on it. Okay. Bring that down. That. Oh, oh, it's turning out lovely. Okay, so let's just get this nice and even so we can cut these guys. Get my nippers here. That. Oh, that doesn't look... Oh, there. Okay. I thought I'd cut it too short. I'm like, no! Okay, get this one here. And let's put a little notch right at the edge. Wow. I'm not pressing hard and it's just slipping. Okay. And get the other side and open it up. And, oh, that's the wrong one. It's the small one. So now I'm just going to go in the channel with my... And add some more at the bottom. a little wider. There. I may put some glue in here just because, I don't know. Nah, I'm not going to bother. I think I need to cut this a bit. I'm going in a bit, in case you're wondering, a bit from the end, because I want that leather to stay in. I don't want it to slide out at any point. So I think I might put a drop of glue on there so that it doesn't slide out. Oh yeah, this is hard to get out with my hand. Let's open this some more. It's kind of distorting the channel. Try this again. Try to thin this out a bit more. The first two went in so nice. I'm leery about opening it too much because you start to distort the metal. Yeah, that's super tight. I don't think that one's coming undone. Get that one in there. See if we can get that. Oh yeah. So I'm going to put a drop of glue on this one. I might see if I can get it in here. I find that doing the clasp sometimes takes longer than the beading. Let me put that in there. I am gonna see if I can just get that in there a little bit. There, a little nudge, and then close this. There. And if, like, you can kind of see that maybe this is a bit long, so it looks a bit distorted. But because the leather is malleable, you can kind of round it a bit. So it will look something like this. Amazing. Okay, so let's attach the clasp to these guys. So we have a lobster claw and an extender chain. So I thought I'd add the extender chain just to be sure that this can fit different sizes. So let's take a look at our jump rings here. These are all like gold plated. I think we'll do the 5 millimeters for that. And you know what? I think we should put a piece of chain on the other side for this. Now you can do like multiple jump rings to create chain, but I think I might just take some of this chain from another one that I have right here. I had one out earlier. The last link was all messed up. I should have kept it out. So I'm just going to take one of these and use it for now. I'm going to use the whole thing, I think. So I'll attach both of these on one end of the bracelet, and then we will take our... I better measure this. So we have 4 1/4. So we need about 1 3/4 inches. So let's see what this is. That's actually what we're going to need. So that's the extender chain. No, I think we should put both. But what I might do is add this guy at about here. Okay, so we need 2 of those, 3. There. Okay. So always twist. I'm not used to using this one here. Let me see if I flip it this way. Twist. I think these are 18 gauge jump rings, so they get really hard to open up. I mean, they're not super hard, but then twist back there. That's one side. And then the other side. Twist. And hook onto the chain. Hook on to this part. There. Hook on our clasp. And I'm going to put it halfway down the chain. Oh, not friendship. Okay, these are a little awkward. There we go. This is crazy. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So there's the back. This is cool. So this was kind of the look I was going for. So, you know, piece of chain on each side, the little danglies. It would be cool if we had little skulls. I'm working on it. And then this is the front. So let's see if I can get this on my wrist to show you what it looks like on. So this is what it's gonna look like on. Like that. There you go. Thanks for joining me and for hanging in there. Like, this should not have taken this long. I apologize. But yeah, I forgot. I should have threaded those at the beginning. But there you go. These are so lovely. And it really finishes it off nice with the leather. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.